Ladies and gentlemen, possibly two of the most disastrous first-round picks in Raiders history were both sentenced this past week, and Damon Arnette decided to get himself into more trouble, allegedly stealing from a well-known OF model. Ruggs was finally sentenced today while apologizing directly to the victim's family, and Damon Arnette pled guilty to a felony gun charge before lying about visiting the Dallas Cowboys on his miraculous return. We'll get into all that in a minute. Be sure to like and subscribe if you have not yet. Las Vegas Raiders former first-round pick in 2020, wide receiver Henry Ruggs, he was finally sentenced today after pleading out to a felony DUI which caused the death of 23-year-old Las Vegas resident Tina Tintor. As part of the sentencing hearing, Ruggs was allowed to apologize directly to Tintor's family.
To the parents and family of Miss Tintor, I sincerely apologize for the pain and suffering my actions the morning of November 2nd, 2021 have caused you, the family, and those who knew and loved Miss Tina and Max. I also let my family, teammates, and those who believed in me down with my actions. Over the past 21 months, I've searched within to find the answers to explain my selfish behavior on that day. I have no excuse and pray that accepting responsibility in my guilty plea can allow me to begin the healing process and allow everyone involved to heal also.
And Tina's family responded to Ruggs with a statement of their own. On the night, November 2nd, 2021, Henry Ruggs rear-ended the victim's car with his Corvette while drunkenly driving over 150 miles per hour, ending her life, her dog's life, and his own career. His blood alcohol level was twice the state's legal limit. After receiving care at the hospital, Ruggs was immediately booked into Clark County's detention center shortly after the Las Vegas Raiders released him, which completely voided his contract. And this whole event is especially tragic because Henry had seen what it's like on the other side, losing his closest friend, Roderick Scott, in a deadly car crash when he was only 17 years old. Ruggs went on to honor his friend with the number 3 salute after every touchdown, after his friend being number 3 on the basketball court. And Henry Ruggs was also known to everyone, including head coach of Alabama, Nick Saban, for having the highest character.
Running the ass into somebody and killing him. And he's in jail. And he doesn't have a career anymore. And he's a good kid. And he never had one problem on our team in Alabama.
Ruggs cared for his younger brother throughout his life. He also partnered with Vegas Food Bank to help the needy during the pandemic. And he was a loving father to his newborn daughter, who was only a year and a half old when Ruggs was taken into custody. Ultimately, Ruggs pled guilty so he could get a lower sentence range of 3 to 10 years. After 3 years in prison, Henry will be eligible for parole and could potentially achieve it with good behavior. Ruggs had 19 starts in his 2 seasons with Las Vegas and went number 12 overall. He put up 1,197 yards and 4 touchdowns in 20 games. Since he's so young, if he gets out in 3 years, he could try to return to the league. Regardless, it's a tragic situation all around for the victim, for her family and her loved ones, and also for him. And this is why this is scary. One mistake could cause all this havoc. Anything could happen if you're drunk driving. Henry Ruggs was somebody who had no problems prior to this, and just one mistake cost everything. But we have another former Raiders first-round pick who, unlike Henry Ruggs, has not made just one mistake, but has made countless mistakes throughout his short career. Damon Arnette, the Raiders' former cornerback, emerged from the Nevada courtroom Monday saying that he hopes to play this season in the NFL. And this is after he pled guilty to a misdemeanor charge of assault and drawing a deadly weapon. And what nobody talks about is this guy was almost a Kansas City Chief. And honestly, this guy's getting off easy. In January 2022, he literally pulled a gun out on a guy working for the valet. He had a dumbass dispute with the guy over where he can park his car. He wanted to do whatever he wanted, and when that valet driver did not let him, he pulled a freaking gun on him and threatened his life. Luckily, nothing happened, but this dude right now entered a plea deal and is only getting a $2,500 fine and 50 hours of community service. And now he's not allowed to possess guns anymore, and the judge is making it very clear, no guns in the house.
No guns. No guns of any kind.
And this isn't the first time this dude has messed up. He has made countless mistakes throughout his career. From arguing with a fan on Instagram and threatening to kill them.
On everything I love, I will kill you. You talking crazy. Talking about that 5 minutes away.
Yes, that's one of the first mistakes the guy made, and it led to his release. But something that was swept under the rug before is he had already been involved in a hit and run in Las Vegas. And then at this point, he was almost a Kansas City Chief for the 2022 season. Yeah, he's not just a Raider, he was almost a Chief. Chiefs had him on a futures contract, but then the third whammy happened where he concealed a weapon without a permit, was on some controlled substances, and threatened that valet driver. And then after the Chiefs backed out from this guy, we got the fourth mistake. And that is July 25th, 2022, when Arnette was found in Miami driving with a suspended license. And I want you to pay really close attention to this. Not only has this guy already made 3 mistakes prior to this incident, but when he was originally pulled over in Miami and we have the body cam footage, the cop said he let him off easy at first.
Because honestly, it sucks that when we can't even give people warnings without them it up for themselves.
He saw him in Miami, knew he had a suspended license, said, I'm gonna let you go, but you better go home. And then later on that same exact day, that same cop saw him in the same neighborhood in Miami and was like, really, bro? I told you I would let you go if you went home, and you still stayed out there and made a dumbass mistake. So I count that last one as 2 mistakes in one. He literally found a way to F up twice in one day. And so he enters the plea deal, gets a slap on the wrist for all of that. He's got first round pick money, so he's able to get away with it. He's able to think that he gets to do whatever he wants, and now he's begging to be back in the NFL. And he even found a way to screw up begging to be back in the NFL. This freaking dumbass literally said, if I'm blessed enough to get another chance in the NFL, then I'm going to kill that. Look, bro, if you've been accused of assaulting someone with a deadly weapon, I think you should use different terminology than kill. And now that he got the slap on the wrist plea deal, he claims to be a better man. He claims to have learned from his multiple mistakes. And apparently he's remorseful and he's just such an angel now. But now we have this woman who has allegations against Arnette that have come out after he got this plea deal. And it turns out he's not too remorseful of a guy because he even steals from the women he's hooking up with.
Damon Arnette, little football player that played for the Raiders that got kicked off trying to shoot someone or something.
Oh, yeah.
When I went to the bathroom, stole my fucking bust-down Cartier watch, took my other phone and Zelled them all my money out of my account. I have it all on camera, him and his friends leaving my house. Come to find out, he does that to bitches and fucking did it to me.
And the most embarrassing thing we have not even gotten to yet, it is the fact that this guy, after he had this plea deal, told reporters that he had a meeting in the future with the Dallas Cowboys. And many of us were shocked to hear that he'd be so frank to even say this immediately after getting his sentence. And we're even more shocked to find out that according to numerous reporters for the Dallas Cowboys, there is zero truth Damon Arnette's statement that he has a meeting with Dallas. This is somebody who's played with fire his entire career, and he's gotten away with it so far, and he's gotten so lucky because nobody has gotten significantly hurt yet, like the case with Henry Ruggs. Damon Arnette, based on his history, based on the facts that I'm seeing here, I don't trust that this guy is completely remorseful about what he's done, and I think this dude has just gotten lucky and lucky and lucky. Henry Ruggs, on the other hand, has been a good character guy prior to this one incident, and I do think he's genuinely remorseful, but he made a big mistake where it ended somebody's life, and now he has to suffer the consequences for that, and it sucks because you know he's got that character right. He just made that crucial mistake. Arnette, on the other hand, I don't think this guy has that character right, and he just keeps dodging bullets left and right. Either way, it's good to see this chapter close for the Las Vegas Raiders. They have moved past these 2 first-round picks, which ended up being horrible. Henry Ruggs was able to actually ball out on the football field and was on the up and up prior to this tragic incident. Damon Arnette, however, has never been that talented on the football field as a professional, but I do think some teams have eyed him because they know he did well at Ohio State. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below about these former Raiders. My name is WiFiWillie. Peace out, and I hope you have a good one.